Hi everybody. Welcome to tutorial number 2, setting up Max 7 to work for you. We just downloaded and installed Max in the first tutorial, and there we were deciding whether or not to take the handy tour. If you did, that's great. I'm not going to go on the tour with you. Not that I wouldn't enjoy it, but I've already done that myself. Instead, I'm going to open Max 7 up. My tutorial is still in Max 6 because this is a brand new installation of Max 7, and I, like yourselves, don't have the ability to do anything yet in Max 7. So what I'm going to do is go up here and get a new file and just select a new patcher up there at the top, or you can push Command N on a Macintosh. That's probably Control N on a PC, and you get this window, and you'll notice if you look at this window that there's this big green thing here that says trial not started, therefore saving disabled. Okay, so no matter when you downloaded it, you can play with Max all you want, but you can't do anything until you sign in, create an account, and start your free trial. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to click on this green bar, and we get a Max authorization window, and you may have to create a new account. I already have an account for years here, so I'm going to sign into my account. But if you have to create an account, just go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to sign into my account and get the little beach ball there. Check that we're connected to the internet. We are, thank goodness. Here's my email address for anyone who wants to send me an email. And my secret password. And we go ahead and sign in, and oh, right. I used the wrong password. This will probably happen to you. Let's try that again. There we go. Try that. Look at that green bar. There we go. So it looks like I bought a full license. You won't need to do that. You'll probably see if you buy the educational license or whatever, you'll get that on here. So this machine is authorized for me to use Max. In your case, you'll probably select use the trial for 30 days, and they'll tell you how many days you have left until you buy a license. Again, we'll go over buying a license in a different video. Okay, so let's just close this window because we're all set. And here we have the this is called the Max Patcher window. Let me zoom out a little bit so we get the rest of Max here. Okay, this is where you do two different things. You do all your work for Max in here, you edit, and you also run the patcher in here. But before we get to that stuff, we want to set Max up so that it works for us, and this is a really, really important thing to do. I can't stress that enough. Max needs to be able to find things on your computer. So what I've done is I've made a folder in my Documents folder, another folder inside of my Documents folder on my Mac. Again, on a PC, you can put this wherever you want, but only put your Max documents in one place. So I'm going to pull a Finder window up here and go ahead, and over here on the left I have a Documents folder. I could go through, my name, whoops, not downloads, documents, and then see, I've created a folder called Max. There's a new folder here called Max 7, and perhaps you could put something in here that had your documents in it, but I prefer just to have my own Max folder, and you'll see why momentarily, which is that I keep things in there, like the titles to our last 2 videos, and other things in here that I want to be able to move from version to version. I mean, when they come out with Max 8, what am I going to do, right? So make yourself a folder, remember where it is, and then, one other thing, do not put a forward or backward slash in the name of the folder. Not that you would, but just in case you were thinking of it, don't do it. It screws Max up for some reason. Okay, so make yourself that folder, and then go back here to Max, go up to the top to Options, and go down here to File Preferences. This is where Max goes to look for things that it's trying to find. So you can see it has a user library, John Reed, documents, Max 7 library. It has a global library that it's put into on for all users, and it has an examples place that it goes to look for things. Great, but we want it to be able to look in at least one more place. So we're going to come down here, click the plus sign, and you'll see user path 4 pops up here. Click on choose, and you get the window back. Now navigate once again to your documents, Max, and then I have to zoom out just to do this, and then click open, and what it does is it remembers that path and everything in that folder it can now find when it wants it. I every semester have students who their patcher objects go sort of dead. They don't function. They try to get it to work and it just won't function. And about half the time this is the problem. So remember this. If it can't find it, it won't find it. It's just a dumb old computer. Now I like to put other paths on here because I work a lot with music, so I often I'll add another path and I will have it go to my music folder over here, and I have a whole bunch of different things, but it can probably find all of them, so I just click on the music folder and click open, and now it can see that. Okay, so we can put that away. Remember to do this if you decide to put your files anywhere, well, anywhere on your computer really, but anywhere other than the Max 7 folder. It's also worth noting that when you save your file, so now we have a place to put it. Let's save this file. And we're going to save it as, so we come down here to Save As. Alright, let's just say that I'm a student in a class and I'm going to be handing things in for my cranky professor. If I hand in my homework and it's labeled homework, he probably will get about 50 or 60 files like that. So what I would say is, at least while you're doing work for this, no matter what you're making, include your initials. So I'm going to say this is JR, and homework. This poor old computer. Homework. I typed this about a minute ago now. 1. Okay, and I'm going to save it that way. In fact, it's really tutorial 1, so I would change it. But that's okay. This is homework for me. JR, homework 1, and I'm going to save it where? I am going to save it in my Max folder. JR Homework 1. I'm saving it as a Max Patcher, and that's it. Saved. Okay, now you'll notice that up at the top here we have no green bar, so we're into our 30-day trial, or for me, I already have a license. And then we have our document here that we can save, and Max can find all of the goodies on our computer. And I would say that, but it's not really true. I noticed when I opened Max on my other computer that when I went over here to the left-hand side and clicked on this, which is a really handy thing, new thing in Max 7, and let's see what it does there. It is the file browser. Well, this is the first time Max has run on this machine, and it's probably the first time it's run on your machine. So click on the file browser, and it's very likely that this will happen. No. It could be that the file browser will have to go through your entire computer and look at everything on it. So on my computer, it literally took it 2 hours to find everything on the computer. The computer I'm using right now is pretty much wiped clean, so there's nothing on it. So this was instantaneous. But I would say as a way of getting ready for this class, go ahead, click on the file browser, and it may go and index everything on your computer so that it can find various pieces of music and things like that. So that's great. We've got our file browser here and our collections, and that is just fantastic. So very good. Max is now set up to work on your computer, and that's all we're going to do in this tutorial. I will talk to you later about getting started in Max, but now it's set up to run. Thanks for listening.